We just had a record-breaking, championship-winning season here at Leyton Orient, and now it's time to figure out what the hell we need to do to survive in League One next season. Hello everyone, welcome back to FairlyDeterminedFM with me. My name is Chris. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I had planned to show you the Leyton Orient 2023-2024 season review, but every time I click it, it goes to my profile, so I can't do that. So we'll do our own little season review instead. We'll do our own little, post-mortem on how the season went. Spoiler, the season went very, very well. So we won the league comfortably in the end. We were 16 points clear at the top. So we beat the record for most points in the season. That previously stood at 102. It's now 111. Thanks to us, it's going to take some doing. We only lost 3 times with 9 draws. I had hoped at a certain point for an unbeaten season, but it wasn't to be. Bristol Rovers again, Bristol Rovers, the enemy, Bristol Rovers beat us 2-1, second to last game of the season, the bastards. So we'll be taking the place of Oxford, Hartlepool, Northampton, Barrow. Coming up with us, definitely Bradford and definitely Crawley, and one of Tranmere, Mansfield, Morecambe and Salford. Yeah, so I think of those, Morecambe or Salford would be my preference, just by virtue of the fact they finished lower than the other two. But if we have a look at who's coming down from the Championship to League One, Wigan, Birmingham, and not too long ago Premier League, Huddersfield. So they're not going to be easy games. They are not going to be easy. Taking out one of these four, I think Sheffield Wednesday, I would like to win that one to win the playoffs, because I think Peterborough, Colchester, and Crewe are possibly more. And apologies to any Peterborough, Colchester, or Crewe fans, possibly more teams that we could be looking to beat maybe next season. But I think if you look at some of the squads in here, there are some big teams. Charlton, MK Dons are in there. Coventry. If I don't say someone's a big team, someone's going to whinge at me, aren't they? If we make the right additions to the squad, I think we can survive comfortably in League One. That's my marker for next season. I want to be targeting 15th minimum. For that first season back up in League One. I think I don't want to be skirting around the relegation spots. I want to be a good 10, 15 points clear of the relegation zone by the end of the season. That will be a good. I'll consider that a good victory. A good victory. I'll consider that a good season. The squad needs some work. So I went and had a look, and I went through and I looked at all the players that we've got and the two formations. So I'll be sticking with the 4-3-3 and the 4-2-3-1. So I went through and had a look at all the players that we've currently got at the club and where we need to strengthen. And the bad news for me as the manager and trying to figure out who we're going to sign is that we need at least one player in basically every position, which isn't great. We definitely cannot go into another league season with Sam Sargent as our backup goalkeeper. Absolutely not. Number one priority is getting a goalkeeper in. We also need an additional centre-back. We've got Dan Happ and McCarthy who can play there comfortably. We won't be getting Nelson Abbey back on loan. He's not interested. And I think if we're going to get a loan signing in, I think we can probably get a bit better than Abbey. Nathan Thompson can also play there as well as Louis Thompson, but I want another centre-back in there because I'd like to have at least 3 natural centre-backs to rely on. So left-back is another problem position. I'm hoping to sign Ethan Bristow on a free contract. His contract is up in 38 days or something like that. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get in there and get him on a free. So no more loans for Ethan Bristow. I want to make him a full signing for the club. And that will give us, if that comes off, we'll have Bristow and Wood as we've had this season. But I would also like another left back, probably another youngster who can serve as a good backup. Exactly the same over on the right. McCarthy and Thompson are my go-to out there. I need a third. Jenkinson is good, but I would like an additional player. And it's essentially the same everywhere in the pitch. You can see here, like Matty Longstaff and Louis Thompson and Jake Forskassi are our 3 best players. I would like one more really, really good central midfielder so that we can constantly be rotating good options in the middle of the park. Left wing and right wing, I'm a little bit concerned about. Paul Smythe, I'm tempted to sell. He's just not. Like, he's put in a 6.91 and he scored 13 goals, but a lot of them were penalties. And I don't think, looking at his stats from the last time he was in League One, I don't know if he's the player that I want out on that left-hand side. He's a bit inconsistent. He'll have a 6.5 one game and then a 7 the next. And I want someone a little bit more consistent. Yeah, left wing is definitely a problem. Dobra isn't that good, nor is Nkrumah. Bristow can play up there. I don't think we're getting Markande back either. I think there's another one where we could possibly get a better option. But it's the same story out on the right. We need at least one on both sides, possibly 2 on both sides. So that's an issue. If we're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1, I'm going to need to bring in another attacking midfielder or someone who can play in that position quite comfortably, because Fiorini may not be with us. So that's another position that I probably need at least one option in. And then striker. Again, striker is a bit of a problem. Our best player up front is Joe Hugel, who we do have re-signed on loan. We've got him for another year. Same deal as before. We're only paying like £1,500 of his wages, which is great. But we've only really got Joe Hugel. Spyro can play up front, but I'm going to be using him certainly out on the right. He's going to be my primary right winger. So I need to get in another striker as well. I think if we were going to prioritise positions, number 1 is goalkeeper, number 2 is left back, then left wing, and then striker. As I said earlier, if I don't get a goalkeeper, I've failed. But I want those other 3. I want a left back, I want a left winger, and I want another striker in. And if I can get those players, I think we're on. I think we'll do well. Tactically, I'm not going to be changing too much. I'm going to be using the 4-3-3 and I'm going to be using the 4-2-3-1. I'm just going to be changing up the mentality. If it's a game I think we can win, I'm probably going to start with the 4-3-3 on a positive mentality. If it's a game that I think we're going to be more sort of even in, then we'll start on balance. Similar thing with the 4-2-3-1. If I feel that I can be a bit top heavy and a bit attacking, I'll start with the 4-2-3-1 and then I can always drop that down to positive balance. Or with the 3 players who are playing in here, I hope we'll be able to sort of rotate back into the 4-3-3 like we've done this season. So tactically, not much is going to change. Unless, of course, we get 5-6 games into the season and we're getting battered, then I'll have a look at the tactics. But yeah, tactically, not much will change, except one thing. I will be doing the set pieces. I've ignored. I did it at Spennymoor as well. I ignored all of the set piece instructions. They are all the defaults. It's ridiculous. I did nothing at all. So I'm going to be sorting that out. That's definitely happening. That's pretty much it. I think I've taken you through everything I needed to take you through. We've had a really, really good season. We've played some great football at times. We've won the league very, very impressively. I know we were one of the stronger teams in the league, but to go out and perform this way, we didn't lose in the league until December. That's incredible. And we had some really, really good performances in here. Jason McCarthy's goal. Do you remember? Who was it against? This is the goal that won goal of the season for the club. It was Jason McCarthy's wonder goal early on in the season away at Morecambe to start us off. It was the first goal in the game and it was something else. Have a look at this. Dan Happ has the ball. He plays it back to Thompson, who finds McCarthy, and then McCarthy does that. It's a brilliant goal. It's a brilliant goal. I had a feeling, I think I said in the episode that was scored, I had a feeling that was going to be goal of the season because it was just incredible. But yeah, I think it's been a great season. I think it's been really, really productive. We've won it, obviously. We've got a few players to bring in, but I think next season looks good. And I hope you're as excited for it as I am. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know what you thought down in the comments. Leave a like on the video. If you're not subscribed, do it. And I will see you soon for some more Leyton Orient. Cheers, all the best. Bye.